Hello internet friends, in this video I am still building the left wing fuel tank. I'm not really sure what the right vocabulary is. I'll just call it left fuel tank, that's less words, except then now I just spent 80 words to describe what I was doing. That's okay, I got 7 minutes to fill. Yeah, so what I'm doing is clecoing the ribs into the tank. It's important to make sure that that fits, because the next step pretty much is, well, one of the next steps is to put tank sealant on these ribs and then put them in and then cleco them and then rivet them. But if they don't fit, like if the holes don't line up, there's definitely was definitely a lot of cajoling. Not a lot, but there was some cajoling to get all the holes to line up, and you just need to make sure that the rib flanges are perpendicular to the tank skin, and that there might be a tiny bit of final drilling that needs to be done. But the end goal being, when I stick these ribs back in with sealant on them, that I can avoid sliding it around and making a giant mess and not having to touch it. So the holes line up and I just put it right in and then cleco the skin against it. Watching the fans' videos, they seem to recommend clecoing every third hole, but basically with them, the end state is I need to be able to push a rivet into there and then be able to smash it and have it stay. So it's a lot easier if I make sure that it fits before then. Let's see, I feel like I am getting a flow down with the new garage configuration, which is strangely similar to the old configuration, just my tables are on the other side. But I really wasn't, I still need to clean it up. So never mind, it has the same exact amount of stuff that was on it before. It's just on a different side of the garage, and now there's more cars inside, so I have to play car Jenga to be able to work. But I have a flow down and I feel like I'm making progress, and in fact I had an hour between calls that I decided that I was going to stick ribs in the skin and try to rivet them. It seemed like an efficient use of my time. It is pretty cold though, pretty cold. It's like, I don't know, 60 degrees in the garage. Once I start working, then I need to take the sweater off, but once the sun goes to the other side of the house, it can start cooling off, and I don't know, it's like 50 degrees outside. It's supposed to get pretty cold here in Vegas. Next week it's gonna get down to like 28 degrees at night. I'm kind of worried about wonder if I need to run my pool filters so it doesn't freeze. It will probably be fine, but never had a problem with it before. You can definitely tell on these ribs when you need to flute. Like once you stick the rib in, if the holes don't line up exactly, like you'll be clecoing. It may even look like the holes line up, and you'll be clecoing, and then you'll get to some ribs that just won't go, and so then you gotta uncleco the entire thing and pull it out and flute the ribs. I'm pretty good at looking at it now. You can take a ruler, have a aluminum ruler, and kind of just lay it on the holes, and you'll be able to see if all of the holes are in line or not. So that's one method that I was using. I also tried just cutting a strip of aluminum and clecoing that onto the rib with a spring-loaded cleco. Well, I guess all clecos are the clamp clecos is what I'm saying. And then that is also another method that seemed to work okay. But now I can pretty much just, look at it, and since all the ribs are the same, know where I need to use the fluting pliers and flute it a bit. So anyway, this is a process, definitely. So the other thing that I found that was confusing, that once I got to the end ribs, is you can see here that I forgot to dimple one piece. And this is where I got confused, because once I dimpled it, then it wouldn't fit. And I tried to look at it, and I eventually realized that Vans changes, or the part number has like a -L or -R on it, and you would think that that corresponds to left tank or right tank. It does not. What that means is if the flange points left or right. So on the left tank you have a bunch of flanges pointed left, and then at the very end you have a flange pointed right. So if you just look at -L and think, oh, all of the left tank part numbers are -L, you are incorrect, because some of the flanges point an opposite way. So be wary of that. Oh, and I guess the video's over. I've been talking. I failed all the time, and so now you get to watch me play car Jenga. And so if you're also building a fuel tank or play car Jenga because you have a project in your garage that you need space for, come join our chat groups and tell us about it. Scan these QR codes, and we'll see you there, and see you in the next video.